everyone. Johnny Truckin' back at it again. So this is Houston, Texas part 2. Yep, they got me going back to Houston, Texas from Laredo. So we're about a little more than halfway to Houston at this point. I'm about probably a little less than 2 hours from getting to Houston. I figured I'd do another one of these again for the Houston area because the first time I did it, I didn't realize that the camera had dropped a little bit and y'all couldn't really see where I was going. You were watching the steering wheel more than you were where I was going, and I apologize for that. So I figured, you know what, I'll give it a second shot, and that way y'all can actually see what I'm doing this time. So yeah. But right now we're just riding I-10 East. This is the part of I-10 East that's not under construction right now, and so it's pretty nice and clear like this around this time. There's a little bit of construction right before Katy, Texas, but it hasn't been too bad the last couple of times that I've driven through here. So hopefully it's smooth sailing. By the time we get into Houston, it's going to be closer to about 11 or noon, and usually at that time traffic's not too bad on the major highways, because this load evidently where it's going is just slightly north of downtown Houston. So we're gonna have to go through a little bit of downtown Houston. Well, I'm not gonna go into downtown Houston because I'm not trying to maneuver this truck in between all of that mess. So I'm gonna try to stay out of the inner downtown area. I think there's a route that I saw on the map that looks like I might be able to take an exit where the street is, where the building's going to be, where I won't have to drive into downtown Houston in order to get to this place. So I think I'm going to take that route. I'm going to have to maneuver it myself because the GPS didn't plan it out that way. Either one didn't. So, but I kind of looked at the map and I kind of saw the routes and saw how the direction of the road goes. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it the way that I see it, and it should work, where I'll be able to dodge having to go into downtown in order to get to this place. That's, I really don't want to do that because I've been to downtown Houston plenty of times, and just in a car, it's a massive pain in the ass just in a car. So to try to do it in a 65-foot truck and trailer is not something that I really want to do if I don't have to. But yeah, so this one will be very interesting because the last one that I did the other day, the warehouse was huge and there was so much space that it was just so easy to back that thing in there. And I mean, it took me y'all saw it took me less than 5 minutes to get that thing docked. This one, based on what I saw on Google Maps on the satellite view, this one's gonna be a doozy. You'll see. I guess we'll both see when we get there, because I haven't been to this place before. But evidently, by the way that it looks, everything looks super tight. It looks like there's not a lot of space to maneuver, and it looks like we're gonna have to 90 degree to get this thing into a dock. Evidently, this is a live load too. It's not a drop hook. So we're gonna be docking this thing again, but we're gonna have to. Oh look, there's a bear right there. Whenever there's a bear, whenever you see a bear, it's a police, state trooper or something who's kind of camping out. You want to let people know, hey, there's a bear. There's a bear. You let people know, hey, there's a bear on I-10 West around mile marker, whatever, right? That way you let people know behind. You let all the drivers behind you know. Whoever if they have CB radios and they have it on, you'll let them know that there's to be on the lookout for a trooper, just in case you happen to be going over, like way over the speed limit. You should probably slow down before you get really close to his radar, because that's where, if you're speeding, he's going to stop you. He's going to give you a ticket for speeding, and then he's going to go through a whole entire DOT inspection with you. And if for any reason anything doesn't look right, you're going to get a citation for it, a violation. and that's where your record goes to shit. So yeah, so luckily we like to help each other out sometimes. Sometimes though, sometimes you won't ever hear anybody talking this damn thing. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, this place evidently, when I looked at it on the map, it's really, it looks like it's going to be really tight. So this will be a good experience to take y'all on, to show y'all that it's, sometimes you're going to have to go through some tough shit to get these things into whatever box they want you to get it into. So and sometimes you'll have to kind of bite the bullet and go in blindside, and those are just the worst. But I've developed a little bit because I've had to do a couple of blindside backs over the past month that I really had no choice. Mostly had to do these at Tractor Supply store, a couple of Tractor Supply stores. There was really no other way to get the truck in other than blindside. There's no way I could have flipped the truck over just because of the room and the restricted room. There's no way I could have flipped the truck over and get it to where I didn't have to, but no, like you had to. You have no choice. So when you have no choice, you got to do it, but it's extremely dangerous to do blindside backs because your field of vision is really, really low. But with the help of the safety directors at CFI, they were able to kind of train me and show me a tried and true method to blindside backing that I've been using ever since when I have to blindside back, and it is just amazing. The night and day difference between doing blindside backs the way I used to do them and the way that I did them after the safety training. It was like amazing. It was great. And of course with blindside backing, you just always, it doesn't matter how many times you need to, you're gonna have to get out and look quite a bit, because even though I've found a way to broaden my field of vision, it's just not the same as being able to poke your head out over here on the left and be able to see like what you're looking at. If you can't see in the mirror, you poke your head out and you kind of take a look. You can't do that over here. You have to get out of your seat, and then you have to like hop over here. So if you're gonna get out of your chair and hop over to this window over here, you may as well just get out and walk around and take a closer look to see what you're looking at. So, but yeah, so hopefully we won't have to blindside back in this one. But from what I saw, it looks like it's gonna be tight regardless, and we're gonna probably have to hard 90 this thing. Luckily, I have it's a very light load. I think this load's about 8,000 pounds. So I have the tandems all the way to the front because with 8,000 pounds you can do that. And so when we go to this place, even if they require that before you dock it, that the tandems are all the way back, I'm going to leave the tandems all the way up, because I'm going to have to go hard 90 to get the thing into a dock. It's 20 times easier to do it with the tandems all the way up than it is for the tandems all the way back, because with the tandems all the way back, it takes the trailer longer to catch up to what you're telling it to do, and it's just you need a lot more space when you're doing backs with the tandems all the way back. So hopefully that's not the case here. But either way, it's like whatever you got to do to get it in, right? If you have to put your tandems all the way to the front, even if the place requires that you have them all the way back, if it makes it easier for you to get it into the dock, you can always get it into the dock, and then before you actually like bump it, just move your tandems all the way back to the back and then bump it. No one's going to get mad at you. No one's going to tell you need to leave or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, they want you to dock it. They want you to get in there. So, I mean, if you feel like especially when you go to some of these places, they require you to put your tandems all the way to the back before you even enter in the building. That's fine. Do it to appease them. Do it to appease them. Then once you get in through those gates, you can try to dock it or back it up into a drop spot, whatever they want you to do with the tandems all the way back. But if you're having difficulty and you can't like you just can't figure it out, like you can't get it there fast enough, for the purpose of being able to back it up and get it into where you need to get it into, just move your tandems all the way up, get it into where you need to get to. Then before you're done, just move those tandems all the way back. Once you get into the spot, move your tandems all the way back, or back, and then you're good to go. Like, no one's gonna get mad at you for making a decision that you feel benefits you. anytime, just out of common courtesy. Some of it, some states actually, it's a state law. But just anywhere really, as a common courtesy to other truck drivers, if they're stranded and they're dealing with having to do breakdown repair or whatever, and they're on the shoulder here, it's common knowledge to just move over to the left if you can. If there's just too much traffic on the left lane, you just slow down to at least 20 to 25 miles under the speed limit, just to kind of make sure that you have enough, that you're giving yourself enough time to emergency maneuver if you have to, kind of thing. But a lot of people, like four-wheelers, sometimes they don't realize that's what you're doing. That's why you're switching over to the left, to get out of the way of, to give this guy, to give the person on the shoulder kind of the room that they need to be comfortable. And sometimes people, you'll move over to the left and they're going fast and you're not going as fast as them, and they don't, and they either don't realize why you're doing it, or they see what you're doing and they don't give two shits. So they'll go over to the right and still pass you up and go right by the person on the shoulder. And it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, at least have the common courtesy, to just see why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then slow down for just a minute. It's only gonna be a few seconds. Then I'll move right back over to the right, and you can pass me up. It's ridiculous how some people drive out here. It's like no common courtesy for anybody anymore out here, man. It's like kill or be killed, evidently, for a lot of people out here. Like, Jesus. But anyways, guys, so we're about, like I said, about another hour and a half away from the drop. So I'm gonna continue driving this route. This is pretty much what I-10 looks like until you get to Houston. Just a bunch of road and a couple of buildings here and there, but nothing fancy, So I'll see you on about an hour and a half when we're getting ready to get into the warehouse and get this thing done. All right, hey everyone, we are back. And so CFI called a audible on me. So we are not going to be delivering this load.
1.6 miles ahead, take ramp to Sheldon Road.
We're not going to be taking this load to the shipper or the receiver. We're going to be taking it to our Houston drop lot instead. So they want me to go ahead and drop this thing in the drop lot so that we can go and pick up the next one a little bit quicker. So they're going to go, so they went ahead and had me drop this in the Houston lot. So we had to change route just a little bit. No big deal though.
1 mile ahead, take ramp to Sheldon Road.
Been here plenty of times before. In fact, I was just in this area 2 days ago. Yeah. At the Michelin warehouses in this area. We frequent that one quite a bit. I'll show y'all something if I see it. I'm not sure I'm gonna pass it up on this go around. We'll see here. If I see it, I'll tell y'all. If you're ever in this area, there's a good little grocery store that sells things at really, really good prices. If you need a grocery store in Houston.
0.3 miles ahead, take ramp to Sheldon Road.
Right. Get off right here, Sheldon Road.
Take ramp to Sheldon Road.
Yeah. Start slowing down just a bit here. The nice thing about being
0.3 miles ahead, keep left.
About being lightly loaded is that you don't really need the jig brake at all. Like your service brakes work just fine. You don't have a whole lot of freight stopping your brakes from working, Alright, so now we're gonna
keep left.
And this is a double turn lane, so once again, like I tried showing y'all yesterday, there's a double turn lane. You always take the outside one. That truck over there on the left did not do that, and watch what's gonna happen. So he's gonna have to wait for this truck to clear over here, because he's gonna end up taking
Turn
up,
left
having to take up
Road.
more space so that he doesn't hit cars on the inside. So see how he has to go really, really on the inside? That's why you take the outside lanes, because if you come over here, you can take it as far out as you need, and then start coming in. You got all this space, why not use it?
1.4 miles ahead.
And this way you don't have to worry about hitting anybody, you know? It's very simple. It's not hard. Some people don't see it that way. Some people take that inside road, and then you're gonna set yourself up for potential failure. And if you hit somebody on that inside lane, it's your fault. No matter if you stayed in the lane, if you hit somebody or if you cause an accident from that lane, it's your fault no matter what. Like, there's no way to get around it because you took the wrong turn lane. Woo. Forget about this road here in Sheldon. It's a little bumpy on the right side, so I'll probably switch over to the left. It's a very uneven road on the right, so I'll probably just ride the left lane for a little bit. Yeah, the grocery store is actually on the other side of Sheldon,
turn left.
way on the other side. So we're gonna get to the drop lot way before we get there. So, but they're on the other side of Sheldon. There's a grocery store called Food City. It's a really good grocery store. I mean, they sell just about anything a grocery store does, but their pricing is a lot better than your like major grocery brands. Some of the stuff that they have there is even cheaper than Walmart, and just about the same as far as quality is concerned. But yeah, it's more further more further down, either that way of Sheldon or back the other way, like further down that way. Can't remember. It's one or the other. It might actually be like way further down Sheldon the other way. I know it's on Sheldon though, because the pilot is in this area, like 10 miles, like 8 or 9 miles down the road. All right, so this is a turn lane. This is a turn, and it goes straight. And this is a right turn only, so this is the only way to go. Yeah. There's no traffic right now, which is nice.
0.3 miles ahead, turn left.
I already know where I'm going, so I'm gonna shut her off. Oh, she's gonna start yelling at me. So this is what we'll do, because we're gonna go into this drop lot. I'm gonna show you, you know, how we back into this one, and this is a 100% dirt lot that's split between, I think, either 2 or 3 different companies. So CFI has their section, and then the other companies have their sections. So we got to park our trailers in our section of the lot, and because it's a 100% dirt lot, at this lot you have to. Although there are some drivers that don't, and it's kind of annoying, but you are told as a requirement, they have them there. They have big wooden blocks about this thick, right? Enough for you to put under the landing gear on each side, so that you can drop the landing gear on those little wood blocks, so that way the landing gear doesn't sink into the mud when it rains and stuff. And if you are any familiar with the way Houston is, it rains in Houston quite a bit throughout the entire year, so it's always wet, and when it rains it floods very, very easily. There's no train coming, but it floods really easily in this town. So if you're talking a dirt lot that floods, that landing gear is going to sink into the ground, and if it sinks far enough, good luck getting it out of the ground. So what those wood blocks do is they help it from sinking in the ground. It gives it a little bit extra leverage there. Yeah, so West Freight is going to be right down here. There's a little like itty bitty sign right there. You see it right there? This guy just said "fuck you," I guess. All right, that's cool. But it's right here, itty bitty sign that says CFI right there. So then you take this, but West Freight is the yard. So now you're gonna take this little turn here. Alright, we're gonna get off the road so that way people don't get pissed off. And then we got a driver coming out. So see, that's our side of the lot's over here. I'm gonna go unlock the gate here real quick, so I'll be right back. Just gonna put the camera down for a minute because you can't see the code. gates opening. So, okay, so gates opening. So now we're gonna go drive into the yard a little bit and see what's up. We'll make all of our tablet adjustments here. So we're gonna drive down here. Okay, looks like this driver looks like he might be picking up my relay. We'll see what he says here in a minute. I'll edit him out of camera if he doesn't want to be on camera. We'll see what he says.
Empty?
No, it's loaded.
It's loaded? How heavy?
It's 8,000.
How much?
8,000.
Oh, I don't have shit in it.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to crib it. Just put it down there toward the end.
Okay, sounds good.
Like there's 6 empties down there. Pick one you like.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. I should have asked him if he wanted to be on camera or not. Oh, he's a yard dog. That's why he's a daily driver. So I got 6. Yeah. Okay, I see. Oh, he's the driver. You know, I've never seen him out here. I know he's out here, but he's the one that usually is out here, and he'll mark what the he'll mark all of these. This is what I like about this yard, is that it's very, very open, but you also have he also comes out here and he stickies everything. So you see there, he's got a little sticky there for each trailer telling you if it's loaded, where it's going, or if it's empty. So this way you kind of just know where you're headed. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and park it right here next to this guy right here, because I don't really want to deal with all of that water over there trying to back this thing up, because I can't see if there's potholes. So this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna park it right here, and this is gonna be super easy. I got all of that space to work with right there. So all I'm gonna do, since I know I want to get close to this truck right here, or close to this trailer right here actually, all I'm going to do is just start pulling all the way over there and kind of aim towards that telephone pole over there. So you see that telephone pole right there? Or it's not a telephone pole, it's like a light pole right there. I'm going to aim towards that, and by the time I get kind of straight with it, we'll just come straight back. So I'm going to go ahead and make my adjustments here on the tablet, let people know that I'm here. We're not gonna unhook from it just yet, because we're not ready to do that. So we got nobody coming here, so let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna start turning this thing right now. So we're gonna aim kind of towards that. We're gonna aim kind of towards this telephone pole right here, and if we keep it going straight like this, right? We're gonna aim toward that light pole that I said, right? Then we're gonna end up pretty straight with. Start fading towards it a little bit. We'll look and see where we're at. We might have to readjust just a little bit, so it looks like we will. So that's okay. So all I need to do now, do this number. I don't see anybody coming, but honk. Let people know that give them the honky honk, let people know that we're backing up. See, we're gonna get them up a little bit too far, so we just gotta make a slight adjustment and get the trailer to move just a tad bit over, just to clear that that trailer right there. So now we're good. So now straighten it up. I'll straighten it out. I always feel like when I talk, it's like I'm trying to do like an instructional video, and it's like I don't mean to come off as like instruction video kind of thing, like do this and then you do this, but it honestly kind of helps me to kind of make sure I don't forget what the hell I'm doing, you know. All right, so we're gonna turn it a little bit because I need to get this trailer straight, and then I'm gonna get the wheel right there, and if I keep it right there, if I keep it straight, then I'll fade right into the spot, and I'll get nice and close. Just a tad bit to get it straight. I'm going to open up the gap just a little bit, so that way there's enough cushion in between me and this trailer and the one that I'm dropping. Right, so now really it's just keep it straight, make any slight adjustments that I need to, but I think at this point we're good here. that guy just left. And then we'll line it up with this one. Try to keep it in the dirt. That's probably pretty good. Let's take a look. A little bit more. Okay, we're good. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's pretty much kind of straight back for the most part. So now what I got to do is, he also said that there's a bunch of empties over here. If you heard him, he said there's a bunch of empties over here, so we're gonna go pick up an empty, and then I'm gonna take that empty to the next shipper. And as a bonus, because this is not exactly what I wanted to show y'all today, because this was pretty easy, we'll do the I believe this next one's a live load. Let me take a look here, just a minute here. I think I can really show y'all what my planner looks like. So I'm kind of doing it off the side here. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this off, because you can look at this here. I say y'all can look at this while y'all can look at this while look at this beautiful scenery here while I figure this out. Because I don't think I can show y'all things on this tablet that have important numbers and addresses and things like that. So just to be on the safe side, I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, so this is a live load. So yep, and this is scheduled for 1:30, so we should be able to make this on time. But so what I'll do as a bonus for y'all is I will show y'all the docking sequence. Make it sound like it's a robot or something. I'll show y'all the docking that we'll have to do for the next shipper as kind of a bonus, because this is not exactly what I wanted to show y'all today, but at least you got to see what this Houston drop lot looks like. This is pretty much it. I mean, it's all just, like I said, one side of it is CFI, all right here. This is all CFI side all the way down to past that way. And then that other side is whatever it is for West Freight. That's all of their side and whatnot. So I think there might even be another company, but either way. So now, like I'm saying, what I'm going to end up doing is when I drop this trailer here, I got to drop the landing gear. But before I can drop the landing gear, I'm going to have to go over here. You see over there, right there, that's where those wooden blocks are. So I'll take 2 wooden blocks from that pile right there, and then I'll just slide them under the fifth wheel, slide them under the landing gear and then drop it and finish. Drop it a little bit, and then before I put it to the ground, I'll put those blocks under it, and then I'll drop it all the way. That way it has a good extra leverage so it doesn't sink into the ground. But yeah, let me go ahead and drop this, and then I'll hook up to the empty, and then we'll come back when we are at the shipper for the dock. Alright, so we're about to get over to the shipper here. We're gonna move over this thing. There's a lot of road construction down that way, the other way. And then of course, as soon as we get out of it, that little car there decided that it was gonna just go around me real quick. It's like, okay, you're never gonna give me a chance to turn. That's cool. I get it, I understand. That's cool. So we're about to get to the shipper over here.
0.3 miles ahead, turn left on East Wallaceville Road.
It was about 10 miles away, but going through these kind of little city roads, and then there was some road construction. It took about maybe 20 minutes to get over here. It won't take too long though. Oh, what time is it? 1:34. Alright, it's not school zone time yet. School zone time doesn't kick in until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I believe this is College Street, and then I believe this is Wallaceville right here. Yep, so we gotta turn.
On East Wallaceville Road.
This is an interesting area to put to have like a warehouse right here next to like residential city areas. A lot of the times it's just one of those things where it's like you put your stuff where you put it, people build around it, or whatever. But it's places like these areas here where you gotta You just got to keep your eyes open, make sure there's nobody coming in bikes, nobody walking, make sure that, you know, cars are law-abiding citizens, you know, and not running red lights or anything, letting you have your turn lane. You can take this a little bit wide. You don't have to take it too wide, just enough to clear the lane on that side. And then evidently the entrance to this place is going to be like really like close from here, like
0.3
less than
miles
half a
ahead,
mile.
turn right.
So we're going to be looking out for the entryway to this place. According to the notes, the entryway to this place is like, you have to pay attention or you'll miss it. An elementary school right here, so I gotta be careful, you know, you never know if there might be little kids or something. So we can pass up the church. This looks like the place that we might need to, the warehouse is. Yeah, it's ZXP, but we're gonna go to the truck entrance side. So let's see if there's any signs that say truck entrance says wait for green light. Okay, we are good because there is a green light here. So there we go. Trucks entering pull to show security. Maybe I should have pulled to the shoulder. Let me see. Okay, well there's the guard shack right there, so we're just gonna go to the guard shack. So,
Turn right.
But yeah, see. It's going to be a little bit of a interesting turn here. So, okay. So be careful. Just got to be careful. We're going to take our truck into the scale, but we're going to make sure that we
0.1 mile ahead, turn left. Then turn left.
And then I'm guessing we're going to have to ride the scale, so we're going to go ride the scale here real quick. That was a good turn. Ride the scale, and it says check with guard before proceeding, so sounds good. So we'll make sure we're riding the scale and that we're not going to fall off the damn scale. Never happened to me before, not looking to make it a first time either, so okay, well I'm going to turn off the camera for just a minute because I don't think they're going to want me to be talking to them, so be right back. Alrighty everyone, so we got the So I have been here before. It took me a minute, but I've been here before. I thought this place looked familiar when I was rolling up to it. I was like, it looks very familiar. I've actually been here before. This is not my first time here. So in this one, you check in with the guard shack lady or gentleman, whichever person's going to be there. And then you got to come over here and you got to check in to one of these areas over here. You got to check in. There's an office, I think, right over there in the corner. And then they'll put you into one of these little docks right here. One of those docks that you see right there. So because there's nobody here right now, which is perfect, it's kind of odd for a Friday, but all I'm gonna do, because I'm just gonna
turn left, then turn left.
Oh God, I thought I turned her off. It's gonna be a quick hop skip. So once again, I'm gonna go walk up to the guard shack here real quick. I'm just gonna kind of park it right here for just a minute, because I'll probably only be here for like a minute. So I'm gonna park it right here. Then I'm gonna go check in with these people so that they can actually tell me which dock. It's gonna be one of those two more than likely. But let me go check in real quick and then we'll get this thing docked. Okay, so they told me that this time it's a little bit different than the last time I was here. Last time I was here they had me going at 9 or 10. They said that this time it's on to pick a dock on the other side. So we're just gonna do a quick little turn around. There's a lot of forklift guys driving around here, so I just want to make sure that I don't hit them. Make sure that I'm aware that they were like riding around here, you know. So, see one over there. There was one that rode back there, so I don't see another one, so we're good. Alright, so they said on the other side, so I'm gonna swing it a little bit wide this way. I already opened the doors, by the way, so now we wouldn't have to worry about opening the doors. Sorry if I'm trying to readjust the camera. Man, trying to make sure it doesn't fall again. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this guy to turn in because I want to turn. I don't know if he's gonna keep going straight or. Okay. said that you can dock it over here. And this is going to be the interesting thing here, because it might actually be easier to, because if I go in this way, I'm not going to be able to. Okay, so this is what we're going to have to do. I just realized this, so we're going to have to readjust this because there's no way for me to turn out because of where these docks are. Let's see. Yeah, so there's no way for me to like really turn out. And I guess what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to find out if one of these guys is leaving. Let's see if this guy's leaving or backing up into the dock. He's leaving, so let me get out of his way. Alright, so I have to be very, very, very careful. So it looks like he's trying to leave, and I'm trying to dock, so let me get out of his way. You're killing me. You're scaring the hell out of me, man. Alright, so yeah, that guy was playing the I don't give no fucks given. Alright, yeah, so I think what I'm gonna have to do, because I'm not gonna be able to turn this thing around, and it kind of sucks that this is how this is gonna roll, but I guess for right now, to get out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go straight here, because I can't really whip this thing around. It's just not gonna work. Well, let me see. Do I have enough room? Not really. There's not a lot of room. So this is what I'm gonna do. Because that dock just opened up, so I'm gonna go straight here just a bit. I'll freak this guy out for just a minute. And then move back up. See that truck coming, so what I'm gonna do is back up here like this. Because I don't think I have enough room, based on where I'm at, I don't think I have enough room to turn this thing around how I would like it to be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. I think that I'm going to go into this right here. Is I'm going to have to ride this thing over to the docking area, because I won't be able to circle this thing around how I would like to. So this is what I'm going to do, and this is going to be potentially very, very tricky, because I'm going to have to kind of see if I can ride this thing over to the dock area. And this one's going to be kind of a tough one, because I don't have enough room to be confident enough that I'm going to be able to turn this thing around. So we'll see what we can do. Take it really, really slow and just really, really easy, because I need to get in between these two spots here. So I need to clear this and try it out, see what happens. So we need to clear this. So we're going to clear this first. We're going to clear that trailer. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this or not. We're going to try, because my fear is that trailer right there, I'm not going to be able to clear it. So we're just gonna kind of pay attention to how this thing turns, and then I'm gonna have to turn it again really, really hard to get it around the other side. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We're gonna find out, that's for sure. Let's take a look and see. This guy's watching. You know what's funny? Is that a lot of these guys, they do that shit. They'll just sit there and watch you. And instead it's like if you see that I'm having a little bit like that, this is a little bit of a challenge for me. Like instead of just watching me, I mean, you could like come out and like help me out, or say, you know, like, oh bro, like let me help you out, man, you know, like be a bro to me and like help me out, and don't just fucking watch me, because that's what happens when you watch each other and you're just hoping that someone fails, you know. Let me go ahead and lighten this up just a little bit. That orange van is coming. I can't see where it's going. Alright, so we got enough room. There's the ramp there. Just gotta be careful because I'm probably gonna roll over the ramp just a little bit. That's okay. Alright, so now I gotta start cutting it in just a little bit.
A new message has been received from dispatch.
See if I can clear this ramp. If I can clear the ramp, that's all I really need. I can get the rest of this. Yeah, all right, so we cleared the ramp, so we're good there. And then I can see the dog. I can see the dog where I'm needing, so I need to come in a little bit more. And then I can kind of close it off. I can kind of see where I'm going there. All right. And see that Snyder guy, he ain't looking no more. He ain't looking no more because I got it. That's not, he ain't looking no more, right? See, there's a gentleman walking there. Let him go. I see that yard dog too right there, so I just gotta clear that. So now that I got all this room over here, yeah, see that guy ain't looking no more. The Snyder guy ain't looking no more. He's done looking. He was looking to see, oh, that guy's gonna get to an accident. The guy's gonna wreck. Watch, I'm gonna catch a guy. I wanna catch someone getting into a wreck. Yeah, you think you're gonna see that kind of shit, and then you don't. And then when you don't, you're disappointed. Instead of just being like, hey, maybe help a fellow truck driver out, you know, maybe come and be a spotter for him. Hell no. A lot of these guys are ruthless. If I would have seen what this guy was trying to do, or if I would have seen like maybe what I was trying to do, like somebody else, right? I would have got out and be like, oh, hey, man, let me spot you real quick because I know you kind of got, this is kind of a tough one. Nope. Why help a fellow truck driver out, you know? You want to see if somebody makes a mistake so that you can laugh at them. Bullshit, man. Maybe that's not what he was doing, but like I said, I would have at least, you know, like, going to me. So this is what I'm going to do now. I got all this room here. There ain't nobody here. I'm gonna go ahead and start narrowing back out here. So I'm gonna come this way now that I can kind of see where the dock's at. Straighten it out. I'm gonna circle it back around this way. And circle it back around this way. I should be able to get where I need to go, get a better angle. Perfect. Okay, so now I see the angle in which I need to hit. See, that was easy enough. I say it's easy, right? I say it's easy, but yeah, hell, some of this shit is still hard, man. Some of this shit is still tricky, and you just have to be careful. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to know how your angles work. You have to know how much space you have. You have to make really, really quick decisions, but you have to make smart ones, right? Like you can't just make a stupid decision. I see the dog marker. Let me get as close as I can to the dog marker. Get out and take a look and see what the dark marker looks like. I may have to film just a little bit more to the right, but I got enough time to get there. Before I get there, I probably need to move the tandems up anyways, because this is a low dock, so I'll probably need to move the tandems. So right there, I got it perfect. So now I'm gonna go ahead. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get out and look, and then I'm gonna go pull the tandems to the front. Be right back. noticed that I noticed that the tandem, the pins didn't push all the way. So I'm gonna have to rock it a little bit to see if it'll clean it up. Let's rock it just a little bit. Let's see. So let's go back. Back. Let me go pull it again just to get it back into place, and then we'll finish it off. Finish it off. We got the tandems all the way to the back, and now I just need to straighten this thing out a little bit. It's a little crooked, so as soon as I straighten it out, then we should just be able to roll it back. And I'm going to see what it looks like. If it looks like it's too far in, then I'll widen it out a little bit. Yeah, I might need to widen it out just a little bit. This side. Let's widen it. Let's keep it. I mean, it's good where it's at as far as the angle's concerned. I just need to widen it out just a little bit more. Close that gap on the left. So we'll close that gap to the left here real quick. Alright. So that should be enough room to work with. So now it's not even like a tiny bit of turn, because it's just a little bit of a gap. Like it's not even that big of a gap. So just a tiny bit of a turn, and then close it off. Not that much. Put the brake on. That should be better. That should be better. That should be a hell of a lot better. Keep it like that, nice and easy. I don't want to just jam into the back. So guide it in. That looks a lot better, yeah. Okay, so we'll just guide it in, let it float a little bit, and then we'll bump it and go look and see. Look and see how we docked, and then if it looks good, then we're good to go. Realized something, I didn't even really notice it. Let me get to work. I just noticed, guys, that on this, there's actually like a wheel chalk there. I'm gonna move that because that's not like that left the wheel like off the ground. So I'm gonna go move that wheel chalk here real quick. Let's go do that here real quick. The dock is actually like, it was perfectly docked where it needs to be. I just don't want to have this thing sitting on that wheel chalk like that. That's not a good look. Okay, so now I got that wheel chuck out the way. So now we'll just be sitting on the, wheel there. Because the wheel, I don't know if you saw it on the video, but the wheel was literally like off the ground. It's like, I don't like that. That's Alright guys, so my camera died, so that little last part I didn't get in. But basically what I did is I moved that wheel chalk out from under the wheel and put it in between, so that way the thing wouldn't be the tire wouldn't be elevated off the ground. So now all the tires are on the ground, and I think they're gonna start loading me here in just a minute. But yeah, we're good to go. That was a good one, man. That was a challenging one. But you know, you just got to know your angles of your truck. If you know what the angles and the measurements of everything are, you're able to kind of get a good visual for what you'll need to do. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes you have to make a quick but smart decision. And to me, I felt like there wasn't a lot of room to play with over here as far as like turnarounds and things of that was concerned, because I probably could have tried to come in and maybe try to see if I could get a turnaround, you know, done going this way and then coming back out. But because there was not a lot of room over here on this side, and there's not a lot of room over here on this side, I just kind of thought it would probably be a better idea for me to just do what I did: back up, move into the space that actually where there was space over there in that corner, and then angle it off, and then just kind of ease back in here and take a kind of, you know, a slight 45 blindside, not really a full blindside, but just kind of a slight 45 blindside, and then straighten it out and then get in. So, but yeah, when these instances, just take your time, be patient. If you need to get out and look, constantly get out and look and make sure you are not going to hit anything or anybody. And then you'll be able to make these things happen without any problems. And if you need help, go, you know, pull somebody out here. I'm sure one of these yard dogs would have been nice enough to help me. Like I said, that other truck driver, he saw what I was doing, and he decided to just watch to see if I was going to make a mistake versus coming out and helping me out. So, you know, help your fellow truck drivers out. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get loaded here, and then I'm off to Waco. So for now, I got birria tacos sitting in my refrigerator. I'm going to warm them up and have some lunch, and then just wait for them to get loaded and take off, man. Like, subscribe, leave your comments, all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Leave the rubber side down, metal side up, and I'll see y'all down the road.